What if I told you that the secret to attracting wealth doesn't require a lottery ticket, a miracle, or even a certain job or position? What if I told you that the key lies within you, right now? The world you see around you, your financial reality, your abundance, it's all an expression of your inner world. To change your external reality, you first need to transform the way you think, feel, and ultimately, the way you be. Tonight, we're going to explore a practice that will completely shift your relationship with money and abundance. This isn't about waiting for the right opportunity to knock at your door, or for some external event to change your fate. No, we're going beyond that. We're going to dive deep into the quantum world of possibility, and more importantly, we'll show you how to embody your financial success before it even materializes. For as long as many of us can remember, we've been conditioned by a world that runs on cause and effect. It's a simple formula, really. Something happens in the outer world and we react to it. If we want wealth, we're taught to look outside of ourselves at external circumstances like landing a high-paying job, getting a raise, or making sound investments. But what if the equation could be flipped? What if the true power doesn't come from waiting for the world to align with our desires, but from stepping into that alignment from within ourselves first? This shift in perspective is at the heart of the quantum model of reality. Instead of waiting for the world to tell you when you're successful, you learn to feel successful first. This can be a challenging idea for many because we're so accustomed to seeing things happen outside before we react internally. But there's something profoundly powerful in the recognition that the outer world follows the inner world. Wealth, love, success, these are not just things that happen to us. They are energies that we can cultivate from within, regardless of external circumstances. So, let's break down this old model of reality and see where the cracks begin to show. The classic approach to cause and effect suggests that we're powerless until something external shifts first. You may think that once you get that job, once your investment pays off, or once that dream relationship materializes, then you'll be able to feel successful or abundant. This is the model of waiting for the external to dictate your emotional reality. And it is here, in this waiting, that the most significant flaw lies. What if we told you that you don't need to wait for anything to happen in the outer world to feel abundant or empowered? The quantum model flips the traditional cause and effect paradigm on its head. It asserts that your internal state is the true cause, and the outer world is simply the effect that follows. To truly harness the power of this model, you need to stop waiting for the external world to show you abundance or success and instead begin creating it from within. Think of this in terms of energy. Everything in this universe, including you, is made up of energy. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are energy too. The quantum model of reality posits that by aligning the energy you project from within, through thoughts and emotions, you create a magnetic field that pulls corresponding events, people, and opportunities toward you. This doesn't mean that the world instantly shifts to your desires, but that your internal alignment signals the universe to send you the experiences that reflect your inner state. In short, abundance doesn't come when things happen to you. It comes when you start feeling abundant, before the money or success appears in the physical world. Imagine for a moment that you could feel the emotions of success, freedom, and abundance right now. Picture yourself fully immersed in the feelings of having everything you desire, without waiting for external proof. This is where true transformation begins. The key to manifesting wealth, and really any form of abundance, lies in the ability to feel those emotions before they manifest in your physical reality. By doing so, you begin to shift your brain and body into a state that mirrors the experience you want to have. This is where neuroplasticity and epigenetics come into play. Neuroplasticity is the brain's incredible ability to change itself. It can rewire itself based on the thoughts you consistently think. When you repeatedly think about wealth or abundance, your brain starts to form new neural connections that are aligned with that reality. You are literally changing the structure of your brain to support the experience of abundance, whether or not it has arrived yet. But it doesn't stop there. Epigenetics, the study of how our environment and behaviors affect our genes, tells us that our thoughts can also change our body. Your body responds to the thoughts you think, and when you think abundant thoughts, your body begins to mirror that energetic state. This means that, with enough repetition and intention, you can train your body and mind to act as if you're already experiencing the wealth, success, and abundance you desire. So, how do you begin this process of change? It starts with awareness. You need to become conscious of your unconscious thoughts and emotions. These unconscious patterns have been running the show for years, and they keep you stuck in old ways of thinking. Becoming aware of them is the first step in making sure they don't continue to influence your reality. Once you've identified these old patterns, you can begin to shift them. Instead of thinking that you need money to feel abundant, you begin to feel abundant regardless of your external circumstances. You cultivate the emotional state of abundance, even when your bank account doesn't reflect it. When you can do this consistently, you start to train your body and mind to resonate with the frequency of abundance, and as a result, the universe begins to send experiences that reflect that frequency. One of the most powerful tools at your disposal for accelerating this transformation is meditation. Meditation, as most people think of it, is often associated with clearing the mind and finding inner stillness. While these are important aspects of the practice, meditation in the quantum model of reality is about becoming familiar with your future self, the version of you who is already living in abundance, success, and wealth. The word meditation itself comes from the Latin meditare, which means to become familiar with. So, when you meditate with the intention of aligning with your future self, you are training your body and mind to become familiar with the emotional state of your desired reality. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's an emotional one. You need to feel the success, abundance, and freedom you desire as though it's already happening. The more you practice this, the more your body and mind start to embody that future reality. Over time, the future becomes the present, and you begin to see physical evidence of the life you've been imagining. The shift from the old cause and effect model to the quantum model is not just about thinking differently, it's about becoming different. It's about unlearning the old patterns and beliefs that have kept you stuck and relearning how to embody your future reality in the present moment. This is not an overnight process. It takes consistent effort and dedication, but the rewards are immeasurable. Each day, you need to make the conscious choice to be defined by a vision of the future rather than by the circumstances of your present. This is where the real magic happens. When you can maintain that vision, that energetic signature of abundance, independent of the conditions around you, you begin to change. You begin to shape your reality with intention, and the world around you starts to align with your internal state. It may feel strange at first, especially if your current circumstances are far from the abundance you desire. But remember, the quantum model doesn't require external conditions to change before you can feel different. It's the opposite. You feel the change, and the outer world catches up. The key to manifesting your desires lies in the combination of clear intention and elevated emotion. Thoughts are the language of the brain, and feelings are the language of the body. When you align both, you send a powerful signal to the universe. Your thoughts, which are electrical impulses in your brain, interact with your emotions, which are magnetic fields that emanate from your body. Together, these two forces create an electromagnetic signature that broadcasts your intentions out into the quantum field. This is where the science of manifestation becomes fascinating. Your thoughts send out a signal, and your emotions attract the experiences that match that signal. This electromagnetic signature influences the energy of every atom around you, drawing the right opportunities, people, and events into your life. However, there's a catch. For this to work, you must consistently maintain your vision of the future. It's not enough to think positively for a day or two and expect the universe to respond. You need to continuously send out this signal, independent of what's happening in your external world. This requires discipline and focus, but with time, it becomes second nature. Manifesting something new in your life is not just about wishing or waiting for the external world to change. It's about an inner transformation. To bring something new into your life, you must first unlearn the habits and patterns that are deeply rooted in your past. These patterns are often subconscious and can significantly hinder your ability to step into the abundance, success, and happiness you desire. This is one of the most significant challenges people face when attempting to manifest change: letting go of the past. We are, at a deep level, often emotionally addicted to the old self, our habitual ways of thinking, feeling, and responding. We may be attached to the feelings of lack, scarcity, fear, or insecurity that we've held for years, if not decades. These emotional habits are so ingrained in us that we hardly recognize them, yet they continuously anchor us to a reality we no longer want. And when we continue to carry these emotional weights, they shape our present reality, making it impossible to fully embrace the new life we wish to create. In order to experience true abundance, it is essential to break free from these attachments. But what if, instead of clinging to the old self, you could choose to let go of these limiting beliefs and emotions? What if you could release the fears, doubts, and insecurities that have defined your past and allowed them to shape your future? Letting go of your old emotional attachments is the gateway to unlocking your potential. Letting go of the past may seem like an abstract idea, but in reality, it is a deeply emotional and psychological process. We tend to hold on to familiar feelings, even if they are painful, because they provide us with a sense of stability. The fear of the unknown is often more daunting than the discomfort of what we already know. Whether it's the old pattern of scarcity or the fear of failure, our subconscious mind clings to what is familiar. It often believes that clinging to the past is safer than stepping into the unknown future. At the same time, we derive a certain amount of identity from our past experiences. If you have struggled with finances for a long time, for example, you may have created an identity around being someone who is always in financial need. Even if this identity no longer serves you, the subconscious mind doesn't easily relinquish what it has become accustomed to. This attachment can be very strong because it is tied to your sense of self-worth and safety. The thought of releasing these attachments can feel as if you're losing part of your identity. But as you begin to recognize the grip of the old self on your life, the process of release can begin. When you engage with self-awareness and choose to confront these limiting beliefs and emotions, you empower yourself to rewrite your story. The first step toward breaking free from the old self is to develop self-awareness. Meditation is a powerful tool in this process. When you meditate, you create space to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. You begin to recognize the unconscious patterns that have shaped your behavior for years. These patterns often emerge in the form of automatic thoughts and feelings that surface without any conscious effort. As you meditate, you may become aware of recurring thoughts like, "I'll never be successful," or "I'm not good enough to achieve my dreams." These are often the remnants of old emotional attachments to failure, insecurity, or lack. The power of meditation lies in its ability to bring these unconscious thoughts to the surface, where you can choose to confront them. Once you identify them, you can choose not to give them power over you any longer. This practice of becoming aware of your habitual thoughts and feelings is the first step in releasing them. But awareness alone isn't enough. You need to make a conscious decision to let go. This is where the process of transformation truly begins. Releasing the old self is not about pushing away the past or ignoring it. It's about making a conscious decision to stop living in the past. It's about shifting your focus from who you were to who you want to become. It's about embracing the idea that the past no longer defines you. One effective method for releasing old emotional attachments is to use affirmations or visualizations. As you meditate, you can use the power of your imagination to envision yourself stepping into a new version of yourself. Imagine that you are shedding the layers of your old identity, like a snake shedding its skin. Each layer represents an outdated belief, an old emotional attachment, or a pattern that no longer serves you. During these visualizations, allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with releasing these attachments. Imagine the freedom and lightness that comes with shedding the old self. This process of emotionally embodying your future self is crucial in creating the mental space necessary for new beliefs and emotions to take root. Another powerful way to release the old self is by engaging in self-compassion. It's essential to forgive yourself for holding on to past attachments and to recognize that you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. Self-compassion allows you to let go of guilt, shame, or regret that may have been tied to the old self. Once you make peace with the past, you are free to step into your new reality. Now that we've explored the psychological and emotional aspects of breaking free from the old self, let's examine how this process is mirrored in the quantum field. According to quantum physics, everything in our universe, including our thoughts and emotions, is energy. Our thoughts are electrical charges that send out vibrations into the quantum field, while our emotions are magnetic charges that attract like energy. Together, these electrical and magnetic charges form a unique electromagnetic signature that we broadcast into the world around us. Think of this electromagnetic signature as a signal that you send out into the universe, influencing everything in your life. If your thoughts are focused on lack, fear, or scarcity, your electromagnetic signature will attract more experiences of those feelings. However, when you consciously shift your thoughts to abundance, success, and positivity, you change your electromagnetic signature. You begin to attract experiences that align with your new frequency. Let's take a practical example to illustrate this. Imagine you've spent years believing that wealth is out of reach. Every time you think about money, you feel anxious or fearful. This emotional pattern sends out an electromagnetic signal that aligns with the frequency of lack and limitation. As a result, your reality reflects this frequency, and you continue to struggle with financial insecurity. Now, imagine you make the conscious decision to change your thoughts. You begin to shift your focus from scarcity to abundance. You start to feel gratitude for the money you have, even if it's not as much as you want. As your thoughts shift, so do your emotions. You begin to feel more at ease, more confident, and more abundant. These new thoughts and emotions create a new electromagnetic signature that begins to attract new experiences, opportunities for financial growth, new business ventures, or unexpected windfalls. By shifting your electromagnetic signature, you begin to resonate with a new frequency, and your outer reality changes to reflect this new energetic state. This is the power of aligning your thoughts and emotions with the life you wish to manifest. The process of breaking free from the old self and aligning with your desired reality requires consistency. It's not enough to meditate or think positively once in a while. Just like any new habit, rewiring your brain and body to align with your new self takes time and effort. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections, is a key factor in this process. When you consistently think and feel in alignment with your new reality, you begin to rewire the neural pathways in your brain. These new pathways reinforce the beliefs and emotions that support your vision of abundance. Over time, as you continue to practice this process of releasing the old self and aligning with your desired future, these new neural pathways become stronger and more ingrained. You begin to think, feel, and act in ways that are congruent with the person you are becoming. As a result, your new reality begins to manifest. Throughout this journey, we've discussed the crucial steps to manifesting wealth, including rewiring your brain, tapping into the quantum field, and cultivating the emotional state of abundance. But now, let's address the final and most critical piece of the manifestation puzzle: consistent action. Manifestation is not a passive process. While it's important to cultivate the emotional and mental state that aligns with your desires, it's equally important to take consistent, inspired action to bring those desires into reality. You can visualize success all day long, but without action, that success will remain a dream. Manifesting wealth requires you to take real steps toward your goals, and those steps must be in alignment with the vision you've created. Manifestation is the process of turning your dreams into reality, and consistent action is the bridge that connects your current reality to the one you envision. It's easy to get caught up in visualizing your success, but without following through with tangible actions, nothing changes in the physical world. While your thoughts and emotions shape your energetic vibration, it's your actions that create the physical manifestation of your desires. Think of consistent action as the momentum that propels you forward. It's like pushing a heavy rock up a hill. You may not see immediate results, but the more you push, the easier it becomes, and soon enough, the rock starts rolling on its own. The same is true for manifesting wealth. Small, consistent steps add up, gradually pushing you closer to your desired outcome. Taking action is not just about doing anything. It's about ensuring that your actions align with the frequency of your ideal reality. When you work on cultivating a sense of abundance and success within yourself, you'll find that you are naturally drawn to opportunities, people, and situations that match your energetic vibration. These opportunities might feel like they've fallen into your lap, but they are in direct response to the frequency you've been emitting. It's important to remember that action needs to be inspired. Rather than simply going through the motions, you want to feel guided toward the right steps, whether that means applying for a new job, networking with people who inspire you, or taking a class to learn new skills. This is where your emotional state comes into play. The stronger your sense of abundance, the clearer the opportunities will appear. Taking action that feels aligned will seem like a natural next step, and you'll find that the universe responds to your inspired movements. However, there may be moments when resistance arises. Old beliefs, fears, or doubts may surface, especially when you're stepping outside your comfort zone. It's easy to be discouraged when this happens, but it's crucial to push through these feelings. Resistance is often a sign that you are on the verge of growth. It's in these moments that you're breaking free from old patterns and stepping into new possibilities. Resistance to change is natural. We are creatures of habit, and breaking old patterns can feel uncomfortable. But discomfort is part of the growth process. Manifesting wealth requires you to overcome the emotional attachments and habits of the past. Every time you take a step forward despite resistance, you are strengthening your new, empowering habits and moving closer to your desired outcome. One of the most effective ways to overcome resistance is to focus on your why, the reason behind your desire for abundance. When you remember the purpose behind your actions, it becomes easier to stay consistent. Whether it's for financial freedom, the ability to help others, or creating a life of joy and fulfillment, keeping your deeper purpose in mind will fuel your determination. Another powerful tool is building small habits that reinforce your desired reality. Start by incorporating small, consistent actions that align with the life you want to create. These habits could be as simple as making a daily gratitude list, setting clear intentions for your financial goals, or taking 5 minutes each morning to visualize your success. The key is consistency. Over time, these habits will shape your reality and bring you closer to your goal of wealth. Patience is essential when it comes to manifestation. While it may feel like your desires should materialize overnight, in reality, they require time to manifest in the physical world. The process of transformation is gradual, and results may not always appear as quickly as you expect. But that doesn't mean your efforts are wasted. Every action you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your desired reality. During this waiting period, it's important to trust the process. Every step, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is moving you toward your goal. Keep your focus on your vision, not on the immediate results. When you stay patient and consistent, the universe will begin to respond in ways you could never have imagined. To bring all of these concepts together, here's a powerful practice that will help you solidify your intention and align your subconscious mind with your desired reality. Before going to bed tonight, take a few moments to prepare for sleep. Close your eyes and visualize your life exactly as you want it to be. Imagine the abundance, success, freedom, and joy you desire. Feel the emotions associated with this reality as if it's already happening. As you lie in bed, repeat the following affirmation to yourself. I am already abundant. I am already successful. I am already living in the reality I desire. Let this affirmation settle into your subconscious as you drift off to sleep. By doing this, you are reinforcing your vision in the deepest parts of your mind, allowing it to work its way into your reality while you sleep.